Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you are following us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Give us a 5-star rating. It massively helps us out. Enjoy. Speaking of Ronaldo, him and Maguire both returned to the starting lineup, and you won a game. Congratulations!
Did you watch the game?
Yeah, we watched it on.
We streamed
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you were streaming. Watching the game, we weren't actually that good, and I think a lot of that comes down to the Ronaldo starting up front and. Although he's been a little bit better.
No, because that's not fair. When you say you weren't that good, you mean going forwards? Because defensively, I thought it was probably one of your best performances.
That's probably a fairer statement.
Well, there's no surprise that you bring Harry Maguire back in. You have one of your
No. But did you see there was a period in the game? I know it's difficult when you do watch lines because you can't hear the game and you're involved in chat.
We literally couldn't hear the game.
But there was a period of the game where Lisandro Martinez kept giving the ball to Maguire. And at this point, Maguire's supposed to take 3-4 steps forward into a space and pass the ball.
Move on.
And he'd immediately kind of stop, freeze, and pass it straight back to Lisandro Martinez. And Martinez again would be like, here you go.
Absolutely.
We're supposed to go through this play now and you're not doing it. And there was a period where Casemiro then dropped in between them. So he would pick up the ball. And that's where, obviously, towards the end of the game, when there's crosses flying in the box and he's heading everything that moves, I love that. But that's where I think Ten Hag will go. Lindelof coming in as soon as he's back. Do you know what I mean? Because he's a bit more comfortable.
I thought Lindelof was going to start that game.
He was ill?
Oh, is that
something like that?
I thought it was just preparing Maguire for World Cup minutes.
Do you think Harry's still...
I don't think he cares about it. But the one thing that he has to worry about is we've got Varane, who's been injured. He's amazing, but he's been injured. If you then get another injury, you're relying upon Maguire. So you have to build him up. And, you know,
he's very much a confidence player now.
And he's lacking that.
He got destroyed over the last...
He looks like he's got a fridge on his back.
Yeah, he's made the last...
like, you know when...
It's a parachute. It's
weird. And the last 6 months of Harry Maguire have not been ideal.
Yeah.
And it relates to his performance.
Wouldn't you say since his Mykonos trip?
Yeah.
There was
Euros.
Yeah, then because the Spurs game happened after that where we lost 6-1 and remember he was horrendous.
Yeah.
He was so bad. He even helped Martial get sent off. It was really weird. He was like, yeah, the refs, that's right, ref. Just like, whoa, shut up. But there was that game. Then he had a game for England where he got sent off. I remember he walked off the pitch and it looked like he was about to cry.
Well,
like it looked like the weight of the world was on his shoulders. And I think since then, it's been difficult.
He shut up himself. Well, to be fair, give him a bit of credit. Towards the end of the game, he made a massive block and a tackle.
A few great headers.
Essentially, get you the points, get you the 3 points.
Yeah, and David De Gea as well.
Yeah, do you think David De Gea is fuming that he's not in the 55-man squad for Spain?
I think it's come to a point where he knows. You know when...
But he's still a shot stopper, isn't he? Still an unbelievable goalie. He just can't kick a ball.
But I think he's getting better with that.
He is.
And it kind of got coached out of him at United.
Yeah. Not to a degree that Spain require it for their style of play.
But if you remember at Atletico, he was actually, that's one of his good things. Yeah. And then he comes to United, played for Moyes. After Fergie, it was Moyes, Van Gaal. You're not really being asked to do that. So he's kind of getting coached to do it again and he's getting better at it.
What is your thoughts on Ronaldo currently? Do you think Ten Hag handled the situation?
These boys are living, by the way.
Canned water. we like the environment, that's why.
Mama made it.
Do you think he handled it correctly? Do you think, obviously, for the Ronaldo situation, because I said, my opinion was he shouldn't have acted the way he did, but I'm not, and this is no excuse, by the way. I was saying, imagine. I have to say this is no excuse. So I completely disagree with what he did. But can you imagine, for the last 20 years, give or take, you've been the best player in the world, Messi, Ronaldo, whatever. You're the best player in the world. Messi's the best player in the world, and trying to accept the fact that you are no longer the player you were. It must be quite emotionally. Like how do you even learn to accept that? And I think that's what he now needs to work on. And I think Ten Hag may be helping that now. He's
handled it really well, Ten Hag. Even in the summer when he wasn't there pre-season, he kept he's got family issues, saying, he kind of defended him all the time. And I think he's punished him when he needed to be punished, kept it behind closed doors. He's always praised him and spoke well of him in the press. And I think Ronaldo's probably reacted well to that. I was disappointed with his behaviour. Like, I thought, bruv, come on, man. Yeah. Even in the summer, he waited till July to say he wanted to leave or something. It's like, why are you waiting until July?
Late, wasn't it? Yeah.
Like, he waited so long and it was odd. But again, I've been thinking of down that line recently, like, how hard must it be? He also had family trauma and all those things over the last year. So it's probably been a difficult year for him. And then to just feel it's slipping away. You see the Ballon d'Or rankings. You're not in the Champions League no more. Like must be a weird year for him.
You can see,
and now the manager's changing. You're not the big man no more.
It's the little moments within matches as well. Like football is all about moments. And like he had a left-footed strike that went over the bar to left against West Ham. Did you see it?
Yeah.
And you'd say, a few years ago, that probably nestling in the back of the net.
There was one against Sheriff as well where he cut it back and he kind of had the whole goal shoot and he cut it wide and you think, Ronaldo don't only miss them.
What do you think he does though? Does he stick out the season? Does he leave in January? Does he? Because it is learning to accept that your career is now, is declining. Don't get me wrong. He would probably start for a lot of Premier League sides, but competing in the Champions League,
it's who wants him though, isn't it? It's who wants him.
Who can afford him.
Sporting could make the next round of the Champions League and potentially change their view on whether they want Ronaldo or not.
Yeah, for sure, because it's knockouts after January, right?
So that, and he's not cup tied, so he could still. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see him still here at the end of the season and he goes, because then look how lucrative that move would be for him, and it'd be cheaper for a club to bring him in and stuff like that. So I think maybe he waits to the end of the season, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him go in January, because although it's rosy now, in a month's time, 2 months' time,
especially after the World Cup as well, the World Cup could change a lot of things. Imagine Ronaldo goes to the World Cup,
gets to the final, and then people go,
wins the World Cup, top goal scorer of the tournament, and we'll be like, we read him off too early.
Someone might want him then, but he's not. He needs to play for a team where
he's the man.
And even like a Conte, just really defensive, and you don't have to do much in terms of the build-up and just be in the box. He'd score 20 plus goals a season for someone.
Let's just say he does, in some scenario, leave Manchester United in January. Are you recruiting more players up front? How do you include?
I would bring in Antony. If I had my own way.
Arsenal need Antony.
I want Antony so bad, I think he's so good. I really think, and I think because he's at Brentford, no disrespect, but a little bit of disrespect, you could just get him probably for like 50, 60 mil.
But
they can't demand 100 mil off anyway.
Brentford's philosophy is we have a price of our players, and if you match the price, he goes.
Yeah.
There's like no...
And that price isn't going to be 80, 90, 100 million.
I think probably 40, 50 mil for Ivan Toney, which is, it's just actually 40, 50 mil for Ivan Toney.
Bargain.
It is a bargain.
Yeah, but it's mad to say that's a bargain now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Back in the day, that would be 20 mil.
Yeah. Henri went for 16 mil.
Yeah.
To Barca,
yeah.
Yeah, but
I know he was at the end. I know it's different, but
he kind of done what he had to do.
Still,
Beckham went for 20 mil, 23 mil. That annoyed.
And he was part of the Galacticos.
Ronaldo went for 80 mil. That's a bargain.
Yeah, it is.
Now you look back, you think, whoa, that's a bargain. Like we got robbed.
Yeah,
like we really got robbed.
Ten Hag, he's turned it around for United.
He's the man.
Do you love him?
I love him.
Have you always been
beautiful, bold bastard?
Have you always been in that ilk of?
So at before it started, I was like, give me Poch. I don't mind Ten Hag.
Yeah.
I like Ten Hag. I admired what he did. But I was very much in the Poch camp. Now, people use that against me and go, oh, why you like Ten Hag now? You want a Poch? Like, you can like two things and have a preference of one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that's why I was kind of like, I like Ten Hag. I don't mind if we get him, but I do want Poch. We didn't get Poch. We got Ten Hag. And everything he's done, he just continued to impress me. I think he's made a few mistakes. I thought Man City made a mistake. We shouldn't have played Eriksen and Bruno. That was way too open. And I think he'll learn from that. But his handling of big issues like Ronaldo and Maguire, the way we're playing football now, you look at some of the goals and the passing play, we still maybe could do it more often for 90 minutes, but that will come. Like, he's getting Rashford playing well, Marshall's playing well. He's just got, and when you go to the ground now as well, we've always backed the team and we've always been behind everyone. But you go there, you expect a level of performance. So I'd say our base level of performance is a lot higher. But also, you just feel a connection like Martinez. What a man.
Yeah, he's a fan favourite for sure already, right?
Like, he's so good as well.
Yeah. No, he actually is, though.
He's like a third midfielder, isn't he?
Yeah.
Because he gives that option on the ball and his ability with his feet. Like, he's so good. He might be the best defender, centre-back in the league right now. Right now, based on form.
I would say Saliba. But
Saliba's possibly up there, but Lissandro's better than him.
Dan Burn.
Danny?
Antony. He got a lot of stick recently, and I thought it was so unfair the amount of stick he was getting.
Theo, you just keep killing me with your comments today because you're saying what I think every time.
It really pissed me off because if that pass,
I don't know if that's worrying.
If that pass comes off, which it almost did, it's a really good pass. It almost came off.
Yeah.
Everyone be like, wow.
And he created the space by doing that.
Yeah, he did.
One guy just stood there and went,
yeah.
Is he taking the piss?
Mate.
And then like someone else fell asleep and let Casemiro run.
I know they're not on the same level, yeah, but Ronaldinho, he played with flair, he made people smile. All Antony is doing is making like kids go, wow, that's sick.
Yeah.
And all these fucking like granddads are going, oh, how dare you? Like Graham Souness probably like, oh, you should have.
How is that disrespecting the opponent, by the way?
Yeah, it does me head in. It actually does me head in. What, football is a game?
Yeah.
Like, is that actual
It's
so when someone nutmegs someone,
Yeah.
I don't see these same, that's disrespectful.
Do you remember Ronaldo against Arsenal when he did all that flair in the corner flag?
Nani against Arsenal.
And Nani as well.
That was
it's always against Arsenal.
That was disrespectful.
But that's part of football.
But in a good way.
That's part of football.
You know, like you're supposed to disrespect your opponents.
Yeah.
Sometimes. That's
It happened earlier. It happened this season, didn't it? Who was the...
Richarlison.
Richarlison, yeah.
Daft. He did some kick-ups.
Yeah, and he got crunched.
Do you not think there's a difference?
That's fair.
Yeah, it is.
Like, no one's saying
I agree.
the defender that chopped him is disrespecting him.
Yeah.
Like, you know how many two-footed challenges, headbutts, and like Robbie Savage came out and said, that's disrespectful. Have you seen some of the shit Robbie Savage did on the pitch?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
You know what? Do you know what's disrespectful? Richard Dunn. When he tried a Rabona
He failed.
and he failed.
Do you not think there's a difference though of Man United, this massive club, as I say, Nani doing against Arsenal in this huge stakes game, compared to the Europa League against Sheriff? Like like for me, that just shows that they've fell from grace a little bit. That you're not even winning at the point
that's
that you're
just
doing
the nature of the player. That's what he's been.
What are you on about,
mate? Sheriff put in a good performance. They weren't. It's not like they were playing fucking like Eastbourne Borough.
I just think taking the.
What's the difference between that and a couple of stepovers?
Mate, they're playing in the Champions League. They're no scrub.
I tell you what's more disrespectful when Phil Neville used to do stepovers.
Not quite.
Like, why are you doing stepovers?
Europa League, sorry.
Don't give him too much credit.
Also, if you sign a Brazilian, surely that's what you sign him for.
This is what I'm saying.
We signed Fred. He doesn't do any of that. Like, you're not Brazilian.
Antony's got 3 and 3
That's what they've
stars.
grown up with.
Yeah.
That's
And his
literally what they
goals.
do.
Look at his goals.
Yeah.
So good. That goal against City. I know it kind of...
That was a 0-0 as well, right? It's not like they're 8-0 up and they're just... That would be disrespectful.
I think that's worse doing it 0-0. I'm like, you're 0-0 against Sheriff in the Europa League.
0-0 is just like, okay, this is part of who I am. This is in my nature. 8-0 is like, well, I'm a dick. And
he's Brazilian. You know he's actually Brazilian. Like that's like how they play football. You do realise that. And it's like it's not like he did the spin and the ball went out of play from the spin.
Yeah.
He actually performed the trick correctly and just almost got the pass.
That's also what he did.
You boys remember Kerlan?
Who?
With the seal dribble.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
He flicks it up.
That's disrespectful. People used to come fly kicking him in his head and that.
That spin
Genius.
is literally in Antony's announcement.
No, but this is it. It's like the same vibe as that Michael Owen clip where it's like, well done, he's 13. Like, you're doing against Sheriff, mate. Like,
not the same.
It is the same. It's
Kicking a
Sheriff
goal
in the
against
Europa
a
League.
13-year-old goalkeeper.
He may as well go down to the local park, mate, and start doing step overs.
Mate, you are being disrespectful to Sheriff.
Yeah, you're the disrespectful one.
Yeah.
You're being disrespectful to Sheriff, man.
Sheriff are a great team, but there's Man United who should be... if you're doing that against Man City, yeah, but, you know...
I would feel as a footballer, if you didn't do some things against me because you felt like it would be disrespectful to me, I'd feel disrespected.
That is disrespectful.
Like, play properly, bro. What's your problem?
If you've got...
It's like someone beating you at FIFA and using one hand, you're like... Come on, man! Just play with both hands. And
do you know what?
Play as you
you're
normally
right.
play.
Because if he goes, you know, I take it easy on these lot. That's disrespectful.
Have we seen Antony do this against a team that would...
Yeah.
Has any competition?
I've seen him
all the time.
twat it in the back of the net a few times.
Yeah.
I know, but hey, I didn't see him messing about doing this in the Premier League.
All right, mate.
You know
All
what I
right.
mean?
So tell JJ Kocher that when he's doing rainbow flicks over players, how dare you be so disrespectful? That is embarrassing.
He's doing it with good competition, though, so it's impressive.
This is the problem with British football, innit, though? We just
We're in
love
a passion
passion merchants and cloggers.
You know what?
I want you to absolutely two-foot him, and then I'll be happy.
Yeah, but do the skills and get two-footed.
Yeah.
Take it.
You need
I agree with that. I
you
agree
need a
with that.
yin and yang.
If you're in Brazil right now, do you think they're going, oh, how dare he do them spin? Oh, it's an embarrassment to the game.
No,
But
the
in
Sheriff
Brazil,
should have
there's
gone.
a show in Brazil, Pitch Side Brazil, where they're having a debate about a two-footed challenge, saying that's so disrespectful. That's a disgrace. How dare he do that?
It's true.